All right, this is from a video I did back in November of 2018. This is the Reston, Virginia Target. There's my car, Little Adam, my VW Rabbit. Anyway, I kind of grow up in Reston, Virginia, which is about 15 miles west of Washington, D.C. It's a very nice place. My parents moved there in 1972 when I was 14. They came down from New Jersey and pretty much lived there ever since until I sold my condo in 2017. Right. But anyway, 2018, I was living with Susan and Sandy down there in Springfield, Virginia, and which is not far from Reston. Anyway, I would go to the Target. It was a nice Target, and there was a man named Mark, and Mark would always hang out right in front of the Target there. There he is. He's a homeless man, and he was always there. For years, Mark would hang out in front of the Target and just wave at the people. You know, he had a sore arm. He was holding his arm there. Anyway, you know, and people would literally, cars would go by and they would give him bags of food and stuff. There was a convenience store over here in the Target. Anyway, Mark was there and just, you know, really nice guy. Remember me? I stopped by about a couple weeks ago. How are you doing?
I'm wet.
You're wet?
Can't help it for the last few days.
Wow, somebody got you a Pizza Hut pizza back there, huh?
Got it. Lunch is already been
Lunch
served.
is served.
That's it.
All right, so anyway, Mark was a really nice guy. He kind of, you know, there. If you look in the back there, there's woods. There were some tents back there. He sometimes lived in the tents. I talked to him a number of times when I drove past him there, and you know, there was a extended stay place across the street. He would get donations. People would give him some donations, and sometimes he would go across the street and stay over in the extended stay place. He told me that. I tried to get his history. I think he, you know, I'm not going to get into it too deeply, but he worked at a hospital down in the Virginia Beach, Norfolk area, and something went really bad with his job, and he got, you know, he left that job, let's just say that. And so he was up here in Northern Virginia. There was a homeless shelter about a mile away. I think he was staying there for a while. But, you know, he just basically, his job was parking in front of the Target there and waving. He was just waving and smiling at everybody. And, you know, he would get, you know, people would bring him bags of stuff they bought at the Target and breakfast rolls and drinks and sometimes cash. And pizza, as he said, Pizza Hut pizza there. So he was a nice guy. He was a nice guy. Well, of course, I left Reston, Virginia. I left Springfield, Virginia. I came down to Georgia in 2019, and I've only been back there a couple times to visit, and I haven't been by the Target, so I haven't noticed if Mark was there. This is a website called restonnow.com, and this is I check it every couple days just to see what's going on in my old neighborhood. And apparently Mark has passed away. It's really sad. This was posted yesterday, the 2nd of September. Anyway, Mark Sugden, a familiar face to customers and employees of the Target on Sunset Hills Road in Reston, has died. Known for his ever-present smile and balloons, he's been a constant sight at the back of the Target parking lot for 6 years. I didn't realize he'd been there that long. He usually sat on the curb and waved at passerbys who sometimes stopped to hand him money or groceries. He'd been experiencing homelessness, and there was a GoFundMe set up to help him with the cost of staying at the nearby hotel, which was right across the street. He also suffered from bipolar disorder, depression, and several other physical limitations. Yeah, he told me that. He had quite a lot of health issues and all that other stuff. Anyway, so the article here does not say what happened to him. It just says that he died suddenly on August 27th. The Fairfax County Police Department confirmed the death, though a cause is not immediately known. They don't suspect foul play. They've launched a fundraiser to help with his funeral costs. The goal is to raise $2,000. So here is the fundraiser. Yeah, homeless-marks-funeral-costs there on GoFundMe. So they've raised 1770 out of 2,000. There he is, Mark. Nice guy, a really nice guy. You know, life takes some really interesting turns, and sometimes, you know, things happen and you kind of lose control of what's going on in your life and whatever, but Mark was a nice man, and I think he just, you know, life just took some wrong turns for him, but he, you know, was amazingly upbeat and friendly and happy. You know, sometimes when bad things happen to people, they kind of dig down and get angry at the world. Mark was not that kind of person. Mark was a, you know, just a constantly friendly person who was always, you know, upbeat and, you know, even, you know, and he just loved to make people smile. So anyway.
Wi-Fi from the subway or the cinema car. Wow. How is it when it rains? Like, we've had all that rain. Is it much more miserable?
I'm getting dumped on.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Last, like when we really had those thunderstorms, I thought I was going to be blown away.
Holy cow! Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Mark. All our deep condolences to his friends and family. He had a lot of friends in the Reston area. I mean, just about everybody that shopped at that Target knew about Mark. And I'm sure there's a whole bunch of flowers there at that little sign, at the little area there right by the entrance to the Target where Mark always camped out. So, oh, wow, Mark has passed away. Wow, what do you say? What do you say? Again, life handed him lemons, and he was always, he never, you know, never let him get down. He was always upbeat and friendly. And again, if we find out what happened to Mark, he did have a lot of health issues. So if we find out what happened, we'll let you know. Rest in peace, Mark. You are a sweet, kind man.